Hello everyone, this is Maureen and welcome back in to see the progress on my mosaic blankets. Yeah, it's been a bit, hasn't it? I mean, since I showed you the last update, especially on the calendar blanket. Well folks, she's finished. So before I get to showing you the final product, I will show you November and December's panels so that you get a good look at the colors I chose and how the colors allowed the patterns in those to pop, and then I will show you the blanket completed in all of its glory. But before I do that, let me say thank you for allowing me to take you on this journey this whole year of the mosaic blankets that I have made for Christmas presents. Yes sirree. In fact, this is the last one that I needed to do to get out, so I was really busting a gut, I guess you could say, to try to get it finished. So that's why I've been a little bit absent as far as showing you my progress on the blanket. Now, there is a link for you down in the description box if you like to go and purchase it. The completed pattern is out there for you to buy. She also, though, Nikki has each month done a little tutorial on the blanket, the panel itself. So I'll leave a link to her channel so that you can go and watch those tutorials as well. I mean, she does a really, really good job. Now, as I said, thank you so much for allowing me to show you my progress and my interpretation of each one of those panels. Now, here in a few moments after I show you November, December's panels and the finished product, I'm going to give you a little bit of my own take on the pattern. What I liked, what I maybe didn't like, maybe what I would have changed. So let's take just a few moments to see the November, December pattern and then the blanket itself. So what did you think? Did I do make some good choices on my own colors? Well, if you've been following along, then you know that she only used 4 colors, which that to me was, if I have to say there's a downside to the pattern, number one, that's the biggie. I prefer, I mean, y'all know me, I do my own thing with most of the time whenever I'm working up patterns, especially if there's somebody else's. I mean, I may change, like on my amigurumis, I might change a hairstyle, or I might go a totally different route with the colors that are chosen. But I mean, that's my own creative interpretation. So when I decided to do her crochet along, as I told many of you, I chose to choose colors that represented the month itself. Now you'll notice that I just left the fringes on the ends. Yes, I did, because number one, I don't like the envelope border. And number two, I kind of like the fringe, you know, the different colors, especially since I chose different colors for each panel. I like that. Now what I did do is I only, on either side, let them stay about 2-3 inches. And I know that the family that's going to receive it, she's going to take really good care of it. So even if it knots up just a little bit, I mean, she'll know how to take care of that. But one of the things that I really, truly loved about her pattern, in each panel, in fact, I loved the emblems that she chose to represent the month, like a turkey leg for November. And of course the cute little jack-o'-lanterns for October, the bunny rabbit for Easter in April, the cute little flower patterns for the Mayflowers, and obviously the hearts for Valentine's Day, the snowmen for January. I mean, you know, come on folks. Each one of her cute little emblems or patterns that she chose really did stand out. The school bus for August, I knew there was another one I wanted to talk about. You know, because quite truly, most states now, I said most, not all, I know, But most states, school is representation of August. I mean, most of, especially here in Texas, oh my goodness, we seem to start earlier and earlier in August than most other places around the whole countryside. But you know, each month had its own little emblem, and I did like that. I mean, I really, really did. I also like the fact that the panels themselves are nice and wide. I mean, those patterns repeat 3 times across there. Now, another thing I did like, as you can see, my husband is 6'2", and of course he's holding that thing with his arms stretched out. So that blanket probably, now I haven't measured it, but I bet it's a good 7 foot or longer, maybe by a couple of inches, but I know it's every bit of 7 foot. So it is really a very nice size blanket. I can see I almost said it, the family in our side of the family that's going to receive the blanket. I can see them and their whole family. I almost said how many kids too. Boy, Anyway, I can see all of them snuggled up on the couch watching their favorite Christmas movie, you know, all snuggled up warm underneath it. So I do like the size of the blanket. If there's any downside to the pattern itself, I would have liked to have seen Nikki use a few more colors in it, quite frankly, myself. Now, and I am a little turned off by the colors, but that's me. That's my personal taste. You may think it's fabulous, and if you do, woohoo, good for you. But I do want to encourage you that if you do her blanket, be creative. Choose some colors that speak to you for the month. Now, I will tell you something else that I had kind of thought about, but I don't think I will do it. But you know, I do think that it would make makeup really, really pretty in maybe some monotones like black, white, and gray. What do you think? Because I know that that's a color palette that seems to have been extremely popular here the last few years. Not that that's my color palette, but I do know folks do love to take gray and black and white and use it throughout their home decor. But anyway, experiment with your colors. Make it exciting. Make it you. But I do encourage you to make the blanket. Here's something else that I thought about as well. You know what I think? I think some of those panels, maybe just specific ones, would make great table runners. What do you think? Think about making just February's. Just make the February panel. Maybe make it in a 3-way, not the 4-way. Make it in the 3-way and just have it going across the top of your table there with a couple of little candles, maybe some little rose petals scattered across it. Wouldn't that be cute? Or Easter, and have it decorated with little tiny Easter baskets throughout. Wouldn't that be wonderful? How about someone's birthday? Make up the panel for that particular month and just have it on the table. I can see each one of those panels making great table runners, especially if you're someone who loves to give parties or loves to just decorate, you know, for that particular month or season. And if you stop and think about it, if you make them into table runners, you've got 12 table toppers right there. So think about that for an idea. If I had a long enough table, I can guarantee you I'd be doing a couple of them, if nothing else, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, because I did like those patterns on there. So tell me, what do you think about the blanket? Did you like the colors that I chose? Would there have been some colors that you would have chose a little differently? Because I do have to admit that there are 1 or 2 panels in which, when I step back and looked at it, it's like, too late to, you know, rip it out now because I'm not going to, number one. But maybe I could have done something a little bit differently. But next time, oh Lord. It may be a bit before I come back to do that pattern again, but I do see myself doing it. Like I said, tell me, what would you do? Table runners, 1 whole blanket, her colors, my colors, your own colors? What would you do? I would like to know. So be sure and leave me a little comment down in the comment section, because like I said, I am always open to ideas, and besides that, I like to get you thinking. You know, think outside the box. Let me know what you would do. As always, folks, thank you so much for sharing this little bit of time with me and let me show you my progress and my completion on the projects that I do choose. Let me encourage you, if you've ever thought about doing Mosaic, jump right in. There are so many free patterns out there. There are so many free tutorials of people making blankets and hats and pillow covers and just all sorts of things. Just go out there and find one. Dabble in it a little bit. I promise you, you'll get hooked. Guarantee it. All right, I'm going to let you go. But again, thank you so much for being here. And let me remind you to always be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know, could be your light that they need to see. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.